March 3rd, 2026 brings us one of the most karmic cleanup eclipses that we've seen in years, because this Virgo full moon is sitting right next to that south node. This is the universe saying, what is cluttered must go. What is draining you must end. What is outdated in your systems must be purified. All right, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Trina, your intuitive guide with the chakra vibe. I'm here to help you navigate life's energies. And today we are talking about the lunar eclipse in Virgo. Massive cleanup energy. It's next to that south node, which looks like a little U or an upside down horseshoe kind of thing. South node is this letting go energy too, and full moons themselves are letting go energies and release. And then just the fact that it's an eclipse, it's kind of doing this all on steroids. The south node is a little bit like a karmic purge, and the Virgo, the sign that it's in, right? The full moons in Virgo, this is our habits, daily habits. This is a lot about our health and also the systems that work, our work systems, our day-to-day life as well, can be about our co-workers. And then the Pisces, which is the opposite. So the full moon's in Virgo over here. Pisces sun is right across from it there. This is a lot about surrender, Pisces, versus control, Virgo, right? Where do we find the balance between surrender and control in our lives? Jupiter, one of my favorite planets, usually brings some nice luck. It is trining the midheaven, which is a really nice energy for everybody. It's an opening here. It's an opportunity, especially when it comes to your purpose. And then Saturn and Neptune, that recently, you probably watched my video on that, the shaking hands conjunction in Aries, the big thing for everyone, Saturn and Neptune, if you haven't heard of it already. Okay, well, this is a lot about our new identity cycle is opening as well. 2026, it's not just about manifesting. It's about clearing the interference first. So this Virgo South Node eclipse, okay, it's going to expose a few things in our lives, and you've already started to feel it, right? Where do we have to clean up? Where do we have to clean up the interference, right? Burnout patterns can come up, overworking, anxiety loops, and people pleasing. Virgo and Pisces, that line, they love to people please, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just we have to have boundaries, and that's a big focus. Even this morning, we had our Light Net coaching call with Zanka and Adam, and it was so great. But we talked a lot about boundaries, right? Everybody's feeling we got to put boundaries. And there can be boundaries not just externally, but internally, like boundaries within yourself. For example, I've recently totally redoing my whole financial strategy, really getting deep into my finances, becoming friends with my debt, and knowing exactly where every penny's going, and, getting on my path to wealth. And so this Virgo South Node eclipse can also clean up your messy money habits. So that's what I'm doing, for example. It can also show you where you're neglecting your health. It's a big health thing, the Virgo Pisces, all right? Good time to do a parasite cleanse. Go to your local Valley Health store, alternative health store, and get yourself a parasite cleanse kit, okay? Or do some research on things like that. This eclipse is a lot like Marie Kondo. Have you seen her? I wanted to kind of emphasize that cross. Look at that cross. This makes the eclipse a little bit more powerful. So we see that red line. That's the sun in Pisces opposite the moon in Virgo. And like I said before, this is an axis of surrender versus control. How do we balance that? Flow, Pisces, versus micromanaging, Virgo. Neither is bad or good. It just means we need to have a balance of the two. This is the whole thing. And then also about intuition versus overthinking. And so a lot of people are going to feel emotionally raw here and mentally overloaded and suddenly just done with certain situations. And that's okay. Then we see that line, Jupiter trine the midheaven. This is a very nice opportunity. This is like, despite all this purging and releasing and organizing, okay, despite all that stuff, Career doors can open with that midheaven. Your visibility can increase. And the right path for you, that alignment is happening right now. But only after the cleanup. Time to get, really practical and serious about, where we can clean up. Now, Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, this is the backdrop, and it is huge because this eclipse is clearing our old identity, right? That's why it's hard, sometimes to shift into a new identity. This is all happening too before Aries season begins, right? When's Aries season? Look, I just did the Pisces forecast. Now I just got to start the Aries. So March 20th is Aries season starts. So we're doing all this stuff before Aries season begins, and that's the beginning of the zodiac, right? Spring has sprung, at least in the northern hemisphere. But you know what I mean? Like, it's that feeling of a reset in a way, like a new beginning, right? So this is a lot of us are stepping into leadership timelines. That's another thing we talked about in Enlightenment today too, about timeline jumping and timeline shifts and things like that. And I think that people are stepping into leadership timelines, becoming leaders of their lives, of their goals and dreams and hopes and desires and life in general, right? The universe is cleaning our operating system before the next level downloads can come in. Do you know what I'm saying? All right. Now that you know this sort of energy as a whole for you, let's get a little more granular. Let's get into Aries to Pisces. All right, Aries rising, and those with their moons in Aries, check all of those. And so this eclipse is activating your 6th house. This is a very important house because it's your day-to-day life and it's your health. And so the theme for you, Aries, is your daily life reset. So when it comes to money, Aries, let's cut out the subscriptions we don't use. Go through all your stuff with a fine-tooth comb, all your spending on your bank statements, on your credit card statements. Cut out the subscriptions you just don't use anymore. Streamline some income streams and automate something in your business or in your life. That can help bring in more money as well. Now, when it comes to love, this is all about stop overgiving in relationships, Aries. Set one clear boundary, and if you're feeling resentful, address it right away, right? And directly with that other person. And when it comes to health, this is a time where you want to fix your sleep schedule, okay, Aries? That's really important, to find a proper sleep schedule. That's going to be the best for you. And you want to reduce foods that cause inflammation in the body. This can be dairy, sugar, gluten. Those 3 are the top inflammation triggers. So watch for that. And nervous system calming is your key, Aries. And so your power move, Aries, is to simplify your daily routine. And that's going to bring you a lot of coolness. Now, let's look at the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. You can get this on my website, Aries, at www.themoontree.org. All right, let's go for Aries. Okay, 6th house, activation, health, daily life, okay? But you're getting a message with the letter. Maybe it's a health thing letter, or it could be with work, because the 6th house can activate your work. But in any case, messages are coming. The letter can also show me that maybe it's good for you to start really writing down and streamlining, and it could be that you have paperwork to take care of to help you with that 6th house daily life. All right, Aries? Taurus rising, those with their moons in Taurus. This eclipse, lunar eclipse, full moon is hitting your 5th house. So this is a creative and romantic cleanup, okay, Taurus? Now, when it comes to money, this is where you want to monetize some kind of skill you have that you've been sitting on, whether it's pet sitting or whether it's like you're really good at doing something with your hands, whatever it is. It could be art, it could be anything like that, but it's time to monetize it. Make money off that, right? This is also for you, Taurus, to stop undercharging. Okay, and it's also, you want to look at your hobby expenses. How much money are you paying for art every month, right? Set a budget, look, see what you're spending, and remember the 50-30-20 rule, Taurus, which is 50% of your income goes to your necessities. That's like your rent, your electricity, your bills, your car payment, whatever. Okay, groceries, gas, right? That's 50% of your income. Now, the 30% is all your wants, like your art supplies, like your treats, like your wine, like your vacation, like your travel, right? And then the other remaining 20% is to make extra emergency fund money or investment money or paying extra on the debt to get it away from you, right? So it's something to think about. Love, for love. This is about you releasing situationships that are leading you nowhere, okay? Release those. And some of you Taurians might have to have the, where is this going talk. And it's also time where you want to reconnect in joy with your romances. And Taurus, when it comes to your health, you want to reduce the sugar, you want to support your hormones, and you want to prioritize relaxation and pleasure. Okay, your power move for this 5th house eclipse for you is to choose joy that actually supports your future, Taurus. All right, let's pull a card from our deck, the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand, and you can get them on my website or just check out the description below in, the description of this video. Look, changes, the stork, number 17. So there is up leveling for you, Taurus. And that looks really good. Lots of 5th house fun. There's lots of up-leveling abilities or opportunities through the people as well, because your moon, the full moon's in the 5th house, but that's right across from where the sun is in Pisces in your 11th house of the people and the networks. So people are your cheat code, so to speak, in the game of life, Taurus. All right, Gemini rising, those with their moons in Gemini. So this Virgo full moon lunar eclipse is activating your 4th house. So the theme for you, Gemini, is your home and your emotional foundations. So Gemini, when it comes to money, you want to review those home expenses. You want to declutter and you want to sell any unused items. I know some of you Geminis have already done that because remember, the eclipse energy happens a few weeks before. So you've already started this process. As well as look into, Gemini, a potential home-based income idea. There's lots of things like pet sitting in your home, or starting a side gig, or consulting, or doing readings from your home, or whatever. I mean, just think about like for extra income, home-based income idea, and it might be fun for you. Now, Gemini, when it comes to love, this is for you to have family healing conversations with your siblings, with your parents, with your children, emotional boundaries with your relatives too, right? You want to nurture your safe space when it comes to love, Gemini. Nurture your safe space. And when it comes to health, okay, gut health focus for you, Gemini, the leaky gut syndrome, the microbiome, the gut health you'll want to study, and you'll want to reduce that stress eating, okay? And you could do very well with a nervous system reset at home. So your power move, Gemini, is to clear your physical space. Now, let's pull a card from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand and just check out the description of this video to go to my website, www.themoontree.org, and you'll find the cards there. Okay, so this is for Gemini for the eclipse. See, book of knowledge. So there is information, like we want to learn more about something like with the gut health I said about. There's new information that hasn't been revealed yet, right? There's still some stuff going on under the surface that has to come up. And so the book of knowledge often is an educational sort of vibe, like learning something, but also its information has yet to be fully exposed, okay? Cancer rising, and those with their moons in Cancer, like me, I'm a Cancer rising and a Cancer moon, totally vibe with you. And so this Virgo eclipse is in our third house. Lots of busy stuff in the third house. It's kind of the junk drawer of the zodiac. But let's get into this a little further, deeper. This is a communication detox. So when it comes to our money, all right, we want to review our contracts very carefully. We want to stop those impulsive purchases. I just went over everything I've ever spent in last month, right? The full month. And I looked at everything and I caught a few things. So I removed the subscription and got a lower interest rate for my debt and things like that. So I am saving a few $100s now, and that money can be used for better things, right? So we want to stop those impulsive purchases and start being a little more financially aware, okay? And also we want to refine our marketing message. The third house is a lot about selling and marketing and the internet and social media and things like that, right? So when it comes, Cancer, to love, this is about speaking what you've been holding in. That thing that you've been holding in, it's time to speak it out. And it's also, with love and relationships, stop over texting those vampires in your life, right? Those parasites, those narcissistic people or whatever, right? And also you want honest conversations. Honest conversations will bring you relief. Now, when it comes to health for Cancerians like myself, we want to reduce the mental overload, okay? And we want to do digital detox days. That's going to be a tough one for me, especially because I use my phone a lot for my work and I love to work. But, it's good to have a day or so that is just pure no phone, right? No digital detox days. And also that neck and shoulder tension release, all right? Your power move, Cancer, is say less but mean more. Let's pull a card for us from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. You can get these on my website. Just check the description of the video or come to me at www.themoontree.org. All right, for Cancer, full moon lunar eclipse, March 3rd in Virgo, who likes to purify. She does. Okay, this is for Cancer. There it is. All right. 2 cards came up, and it was about a man in your life and the love and the feelings that go with that. Okay, so there is communications involved with that man or about that man. Now, this man can be anybody. I mean, it could be like a relative. It could be your boss. It could be a person you're interested romantically in. It could be just your buddy. It could be your brother. Who knows? It's a man, but there's feelings with the moon. Look at that full moon. And, the moon is about your feelings. It can be romantic feelings sometimes with the moon. The moon can also have a sense of fame and recognition in a way, too. All right, Leo rising, those with their moons in Leo. So this lunar eclipse happening in your second house of the money. Your theme, Leo, is a financial reality check. So when it comes to money, a budget review is mandatory. Now, listen, I'm an Aquarius, so Leo, you are my buddy. We're on the same line, right? Second and 8th house. We're together in on this, me and you. Now, I literally just a few days ago started a whole new, financial plan for myself. I checked all what I spent every day in the whole last month, and I found some leaks. So I called up some things, canceled some subscriptions, got a new interest rate on one of the credit cards, and anyway, fast forward, I'm saving a few $100 just by doing that. So it's time for you, Leo, to do a budget review, okay? And cut out emotional spending. And it's good for you to build a steady income stream. When it comes to love, Leo, it's time to discuss your shared values. And also avoid drama spending to impress. Like, don't spend money to try and impress other people. And when it comes to your health, we really want you to watch the blood sugar levels, okay? Stabilize your eating patterns. And energy management matters will be good for you, Leo. Your power move is to build sustainable wealth habits. Now, let's pull a card from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. You can get these on my website, www.themoontree.org. Check the description of this video. All right, for Leo, in the lunar eclipse is Tower, having authority. Look at that, Tower, authority. This can mean a job, this can mean business and stuff like that too. And we are talking about money, but I think it's like really taking responsibility and authority for your sustainable wealth habits for the future. Virgo rising, those with their moons in Virgo. Well, you're the star of the show. So, what is this? This is an identity reset. So, this is the first house of self. That full moon is in your first house of the body, the way you do relationships, all sorts of stuff. But this is a lot about your identity. So, this eclipse hits you directly, Virgo. And so, when it comes to money, you want to restructure your workload, okay? Restructure that so it's easier. You want to raise your rates if you're feeling underpaid. And you want to stop over-serving and doing a bunch of stuff for free all the time, okay? There needs to be boundaries there. Too much for free is no good for anyone. People don't value you when you do everything for free either. Just to put that out there. Now, when it comes to love, Virgo, you want to release perfectionism in your relationships. And you want to stop trying to fix everyone. And it's more about like choose a mutual effort, right? An interdependence kind of vibe. Mutual. Virgo, you are very cognizant and aware of health. So when it comes to your health, you're getting some major body signals that are going to be coming and showing up. They're arriving. So detox support will be very helpful. Detoxification of the body, detox kits, anything like that. And also you just want to simplify your wellness routine. Simplify, make it easier. Do fun exercises that you love. And just simplify it. Your power move, Virgo, is to stop carrying what isn't yours. All right. This is, remember, Virgo energy wants to purify. And I told you at the beginning of this video, there's a lot of cleanup happening here. So one of those things you can clean up, Virgo, is to stop carrying what isn't yours. Now, let's pull a card for you from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. These are available on my website at www.themoontree.org. Just check the description of the video to find that. All right, let's look for you, Virgo. The Virgo Eclipse. This is the whip. The whip can mean conflict, okay? Because you're on the relationship line, the 1st and 7th house, you know, there could be sort of conflict there. But you know what the whip also signifies? It signifies getting out of any feedback loops, any repetitive patterns that needs to be changed and cleaned up. It can also have to do a lot with your wellness and exercise routine, which we talked about a lot for you. Simplifying your wellness routine. Avoid unnecessary conflict, right? And that can be very helpful for you indeed. Libra rising, those with their moons in Libra. Okay, this eclipse is happening in your 12th house. So the full moon in your 12th house means for you, Libra, there's a deep subconscious purge. When it comes to money, hidden expenses are starting to surface. So you're also going to want to avoid escapist spending, like spending on things that help you just not deal with reality. Okay, escapism we call it. And this is also for your money, a quiet planning phase for the future. Good time to get prepared. Now, when it comes to love, you want to release old emotional baggage, Libra, and your closure energy is very strong right now. And also it's a good time for you to do private healing work. When it comes to health, Libra, you really want to prioritize rest at this time and your immune support, as well as spiritual hygiene practices too. Like, are you cleansing? Are you protecting? I like to zip up my sleeping bag, my energetic sleeping bag before I go out in public as a protection against, from me being absorbing other people's stuff and gunk and junk, right? So spiritual hygiene practices is good. And really your power move, Libra, right now is to protect your energy fiercely. Okay, let's pull some cards now from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. It's available on my website, www.themoontree.org. If you're interested, or look at the description of this video, Libra. Now, for you, March 3rd eclipse, which remember, this energy will last. It already started a few weeks ago. You could feel it, but it's going to last for a few months. I'm guessing around 3 months. This energy of letting go and preparing is rippling out until there. And you got the Book of Knowledge too. Very subconscious card. The Book of Knowledge means that there's information that you will benefit from, but may not have surfaced yet. And remember that 12th house means that often hidden things come to the surface, like those hidden expenses, like the emotional baggage that is time to release. Okay, the Book of Knowledge can also be about literally learning something new to help you with those things, whether it's healing or money management or bad habits that we have and all sorts of stuff like that. Okay, so remember, Libra, in general, to protect your energy fiercely. Scorpio rising, those with their moons in Scorpio. This full moon lunar eclipse is happening in your 11th house of the people. So Scorpio, your theme is a social circle cleanup. When it comes to money, you'll have a powerful networking shift. Hanging out with the right people up levels you, right? They say like we're a lot like the 3 best friends that we hang out with the most. So choose your people wisely. It's about you leaving these draining collaborations, okay? They don't work for you anymore. They're draining, yucky, don't like anymore. I'm moving on. So leaving those draining collaborations and instead joining aligned communities. That'll be very helpful for you, Scorpio. When it comes to love, you're going to need friendship boundaries. That's what this eclipse is teaching you. And also your community can bring you romance. Ooh. And Scorpio, this is about you being over loyal to the wrong people, right? We don't want to give away our energy to maybe narcissistic people, for example, who take and give no back, right? There has to be a balance. So stop over giving to the wrong people. And for health, Scorpio, group fitness is a very good, helpful thing for you. And emotional detox through movement. Like the other day, I did a yoga astrology event, and we did some yoga that really helped me release. It felt really good. And also circulation support. Your power move, Scorpio, is upgrade your circle. Now, let's pull a card for you from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org, if you are interested. The Bear. Power. Of course. It's not only about the people that's being affected. The 11th house is across from the 5th house. So the 5th house is a lot about your entrepreneurship too, Scorpio. I could see some of you starting a little side gig or extra income, or really starting to think for the future and hanging out with people who can open the doors for you to have more power in your life, whether that's financial power, mental power, emotional power, life power, whatever. But this is about becoming more improved version of yourself, Scorpio. So the people are the key to that. Sagittarius rising, and those with their moons in Sagittarius. This lunar eclipse is happening in your 10th house of your career, fame, and reputation. So, Sag, your theme is career spotlight with a little pressure mixed in. Now, here's what I mean. When it comes to your money, Sagittarius, a career pivot is very possible at this time. It's about refining your professional systems, who you work with, that kind of thing. And also there's a leadership opportunity emerging for you, and that can get uncomfortable, right? To be in the spotlight and to be at the top of the chart in the 10th house where everybody's looking at you. So there's some kind of leadership opportunity emerging for you. When it comes to love, it's all about the work-life balance stuff and talks about it and making it happen. You need the work-life balance. And your partner may need reassurance about these things right now as well. Sagittarius, in love, we want to also avoid that work obsession, okay? When it comes to health, you want to watch out for burnout. That's a big one. And your posture, always, sit and stand straight. Watch for slumping, watch your posture, because you want to, spine care. Caring for your spine, maybe doing yoga or something like that. I don't know, whatever, but to help your spine. And also, structured routines can help you at this time. So Sagittarius, basically your power move is professional cleanup brings promotional energy to you and an up leveling. Let's pull a card for you from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org, or look at the description below this video. Now, for Sagittarius, we got the woman. She's jumping for joy. And let's say, where is she going? What is she going towards? Financial power too, or just power in herself, right? We just got that card. What do we have? Oh, I think Scorpio had this card, the sign just before you. But look, she's jumping for joy towards the power in her life, the financial power, and all the great things that the bear in Lenormand means. So that looks good. Good for you. Remember, Sag, professional cleanup brings you promotion energy. All right, Capricorn rising, those with their moons in Capricorn too. So this full moon lunar eclipse is happening in your 9th house. What this means is you're getting a belief system upgrade. So when it comes to money, you want to invest in your education wisely, especially if you're a Capricorn who is going back to school or getting a higher level of college education, for example. No student loans, okay? Do not take on student loan debt. And also, you want to review your long-term financial plans, Capricorn. And the 9th house also holds international opportunities, so consider that. Now, when it comes to love, you may have some long-distance love themes happening here. And also, philosophical compatibility with people and some shared vision conversations. So that is really cool, Capricorn, indeed. Now, when it comes to your health, you want to make sure that for travel, all your health preparations are right. And there can be stuff in your health when it comes to your hips or your mobility. So watch for that. And you'll want to broaden your routines, maybe add extra things to your fitness training or something like that. Now, your power move, Capricorn, is to release limiting beliefs about your future. Now let's pull some cards from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand. All right, available on my website, www.themoontree.org, with our special friend, Michelle, right there. There's me, there's Michelle, and guess what? Michelle is a Capricorn. Speaking of travel, Michelle is traveling right now. Her and her husband, also a Capricorn, they are in Honduras right now, enjoying their life. All right, let's see for you, Capricorn. Tower, authority. This could be going to school. This could be a work thing. 9th house is the house of expansion, and it's attached to the 3rd house. It could be a learning thing, taking responsibility. This could be like the travel part too, getting your passport or your travel insurance up to date. Or this can also, because some of the health things, it could be that you go for your checkup at the hospital, right? The building. It's an authoritative building of some sort. I'm going to pull one more card for you, Capricorn. Oh, look it's a work thing. Some of you may be traveling abroad for work opportunities. The 9th house has a lot of belief expansion. It might be time for you to expand in your career or expand into your own career. Your own entrepreneurship thing too, for the next 3 months or so, this eclipse is really cleaning up a lot of that stuff and removing limiting beliefs about your future, Capricorn. How exciting. Aquarius rising, and those with their moons in Aquarius. Hey, I'm one of you. I'm an Aquarius sun. And this Virgo eclipse is happening in our 8th house of transformation and of money. It's on the 8-2 line with Leo. Leo and Aquarius, you're on the 8-2 line. Now, this for Aquarius is a deep financial and emotional purge. And no kidding, I have been literally purging all my finances, getting it all out there. I know where every cent is going. I've saved some money here and there and canceled some subscriptions. And this is all this week. I've even gotten a lower debt, interest rate, all sorts of things to start really working towards, my dream of becoming a millionaire. That's actually one of my secret dreams, right? But you got to start somewhere. Right? And financial is a big thing happening for us Aquarians right now. So when it comes to money, it's a time to review our debts. And it's a time to restructure our shared finances with, our partner, for example. And there's a powerful wealth reset possible here for us, which I'm excited about. When it comes to love, it's the eighth house is a lot about that intimacy with the partner. So having those intimate conversations that can be uncomfortable for Aquarius, right? And there's vulnerability that's required here. And it's about your karmic cords releasing. When it comes to health, Aquarius, this is about focusing on our hormones. I am literally just starting perimenopause at 48 years old, for example. So yes, hormonal things, detoxification focus can be very good for Aquarius, and emotional processing, that's important, and nervous system support. Now, our power move as an Aquarius is face the numbers honestly. Now, let's pull a card from our deck, the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand, available for sale on my website, www.themoontree.org, or check the description of this video if you're interested. All right, and pull a card properly. There it is. So there's an obstacle here for us when it comes to money, maybe, or some kind of blockage. It could be money mindset for some of us, all sorts of things, or thinking of the past and letting go of limiting beliefs. But wait, I need to pull one more card. The mountain, the obstacle, the challenge. Let's pull one more, Aquarius, for us. Phoenix Rising. This was a bonus card. So rising above and beyond that obstacle, right? And it takes some work. It takes some leverage. It takes we can't, no more just dreaming about it or trying to do law of attraction manifesting crap. It's actually just literally taking baby steps towards your financial future, right? And getting rid of the snake, getting rid of anything that is troublesome to that, or that we're afraid of, right? Sometimes the snake can mean like we're afraid of really facing our intimate issues, eighth house, our money issues, our debt issues. And it's like, well, Phoenix Rising says, let's rise above the debt. Let's rise above all those things and transform and be strong, right? So that's for us, Aquarius. And I can really feel, because that second eighth house is a lot about money stuff, but it's also our values. Like, how do we value ourselves? And that will show up in everyday life too. So it's pretty exciting. And we do have to cross some pains. Like, we're getting all the bad cards right now, but it's showing me that it's because through struggle and through actually taking action and facing those eighth house fears, Aquarius, will help us rise like the phoenix. So remember, Aquarius, face the numbers honestly. Pisces rising, those with their moons in Pisces. This eclipse is happening in your 7th house of your contracts, your commitments, and it can be your partnerships. So there's a relationship turning point here. This could be a love relationship. This could be a business partnership. So when it comes to money, partnership finances need clarity. You want to renegotiate some agreements you have, whether it's at your career, your business, or anything like that. And if you have kids, for example, it's important not to rescue them too much financially, if you know what I mean. And when it comes to love, this could be a major relationship moment, the moment of truth. And when it comes to love, this can be a commitment energy. Shall we renew the commitment together, or shall we close it off, for example? And it's all about having boundaries, Pisces, but with compassion. When it comes to your health, Pisces, you'll want energy protection. You want to support your lymph nodes, okay? Lymph node massage, learn about the lymph nodes, and you want hydration. And emotional boundaries do affect your body right now, Pisces, especially more during this eclipse. Now, your power move, Pisces, is to choose relationships that flow both ways, beneficial, okay? That interdependence. Let's pull a card from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand for you. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org. Check the description below. Okay, Pisces, so let's see for you during this Virgo eclipse. And remember, Virgo is right across from you. You guys are on the same eclipse line. So they're having in the first house of the self, and you're having in the seventh house of the relationships, how you do relationships. So it's a big change in theme this year, Pisces, for you. And there's the man, right? This could be a man in your life, or it could be if you're watching, and it doesn't have to be a love man, but there is something with the man in your life. It could be a man in your career. It could be a business. It could be your boss. Who knows? It could be your brother. But we've got some conflict here with the whip. It's a relationship energy vibe, and we want to have shared vision conversations. There's just a real truth moments here for you and that man. Okay, and it could be truth in finances, love, who knows what it is. Everybody's different, everybody's chart's different, but definitely it's time to take care of those conflicts. All right, folks, thank you for watching. If you've made it till the end, this eclipse is not here to punish you. It's here to purify your path before this massive identity shift of 2026 really begins. So watch what leaves in March and in April, because it's making space for something far more aligned in your life. And if you want my personal guidance through these energies, I do readings. Come see me at www.themoontree and come see me at www.themoontree.org, or you might want to check out the Cards and Stars Academy. See you in the next one.